piece of legislation, ISA itself, is the law that has allowed the government
No,
to
come
apprehend
on.
these people
You find
and
out. You
detain
find out the
them.
intelligence, right? You arrest them. You arrest them and you deport them. But what I'm saying that you're just then putting the cures with them, making sure that you prevent people like that from coming in. Correct? And that it starts at the ICA. And this is where I think the lax immigration policy is. You let in hundreds of thousands, millions. You've got to be asking yourself, right? There cannot be people there who are not. There must be people there who are not properly vetted. And this is where I'm saying, right? The government must put in more, must pay more attention to this problem right now. And I think, you know, you doing something like this, and then something happens, and then who do you look to? Get it at the root cause. Make sure, right? Even before they come in, prevent that situation.
So do you still disagree that the ISA is a necessary piece of legislation?
I keep telling you, this has got nothing to do. It's got everything to do with immigration policy. Let's get at the root cause of the problem. That is where we need to stop this problem before something really untoward happens here in Singapore.
Last question, please.
Can we get a sense of what do you propose to prevent a similar situation from happening in
Tighten the immigration policy. For goodness sakes, we've been saying this for so many years. What we're not saying, we've never said that we want zero immigration, correct? Not? Am I not? We're saying that make sure what we need, all of these elements, you're seeing is just, you know, you see people coming in here. Go and take a look at Kereta Ayer, right, Chinatown. You see people actually who are non-citizens picking up cargo, busking. And how do you know, Karang-Guni people who are not Singaporeans? What's going on, right? And then you have these people then all of a sudden coming in and up to mischief. No, these are things that seriously, I think it really is high time we address this problem. And the only way you can do this is that when I get into Parliament, we'll make sure that we raise this with the Home Affairs Minister, right? And ask him, give us the lowdown on who's coming into Singapore. And whilst we want talent, yes, we will need the talent, right? But how is the vetting process? These are all things that are hugely important, and right now I think we're not addressing it at this stage, and the Home Affairs Minister has a lot to answer for. A lot to answer for. And I'll bring it back to the stage, okay? If you remember, there was one lady that came in, and they found her to be mentally unsound. My goodness, she roamed Singapore for 3 days, and she was caught apparently only when she was going around in the Foreign Ministry's car park. Okay? You just imagine if something had happened then. Who answers for this? The Home Affairs Minister. He needs to answer for that. Right? So, you know, I'm saying for all these things that are happening, let's make sure that we get into Parliament and ensure that the ministers are not making motherhood statements and paying lip service to all this, and then half the time there are all these security lapses. They're just not helping our society.
But not all detained under ISA are foreigners. There have been some Singaporeans detained as well. So is that
but what we're saying is to make sure, right? Make sure that these elements don't add to the problem here. Correct?
Well, what about ISA itself? Are you
Look,
still...
what I'm trying to tell you is that there are ways and means that we can get at this terrorism problem. But let's take the bull by its horns right at the beginning, right? This set, and then previously there was another set, right? Again, there was another set of Bangladeshis apparently, right? Correct? Right. You weigh out this problem, okay? You must see that there is already this immigration problem already. Get at the situation. Get at the situation. Okay? The other problem that I want to say is to make sure, all right, that as we're talking about bonding, okay, to include people in our community, to get them to, you know, not become alienated. But that's where that fault is. So that's why there's this, what we're trying to do is get Singaporeans to come in and make sure, right, that we begin to understand that somehow or other you've got to create that Singaporean spirit there, and then people feel a sense of belonging, and that is a huge measure in which we can take to ensure that we minimize problems. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks so much,
Dr.
guys.
Chee.
Thank you, Dr. Chee.